Hi, I'm Robert. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how we take this image from here to here, all in Lightroom. This image was provided by Joe for the Win. Link to his Instagram in the description below. If you would like your image featured on this channel, follow me on Instagram and send me a DM. Let's get started editing this gloomy image down at the bottom. Make sure we're on the current version. We're going to skip vignetting for now, but we might come back to it. Let's click on Constrain Crop, zoom in on the horizon, and let's check to make sure this image is straight. That's better. Now let's scroll up, click on Remove Chromatic Aberrations, and enable Profile Corrections. Lightroom is unable to figure out which camera this was shot with. I know it was shot with a Canon, so let's click Canon. But it seems to think we shot it with a 400mm lens, and that's not the case. I'm not sure exactly which lens this was shot with, so let's just remove this checkbox here. Let's go up to sharpening. We'll do our standard sharpening of 100 and applying a mask. Hold down the Alt key to apply the mask. Let's scroll up past the color panel. We'll come back to it later, and we'll work on the basic panel. I like the white balance how it is, so I'm not going to touch it. Our exposure is looking good. You can see we have a full histogram. Let's bring down the highlights to recover the sky. And we'll bring up the shadows a little bit, but not too much. I want to leave all of the foreground and midground pretty dark. We have a little bit of room to move our white point over, so let's do that. We'll move it to the right till we clip and then back it down. Our black point is already set. Let's go down to the color panel, click on luminance, and let's see if we can recover some of this orange in the sky. Luminance is how bright or dark a color is, so let's choose orange and make it a little bit darker. We don't want to go too dark. You can see it just becomes fake looking. Now that we have adjusted the luminance, let's go to saturation, select orange, and add some more saturation to the orange. Let's check our before and after. Here's before and after. Now let's work on adding some drama to the sky. We're going to do that with the grad tool. Grab a grad tool. Let's pull it down. Hold down shift to straighten it out, and we'll bring it to the horizon line. I'm going to readjust this and make the fall off less. There isn't really any color in the sky, so let's just darken it up to make it more dramatic. We'll also add contrast. Now let's press O for overlay so we can see all the areas affected. You can see our mask spilled over to the cliffs, and I don't want that, so let's press on brush, and to change our brush and chain eraser, hold down the Alt key. Let's erase all of this spillover. That's enough. We can turn off the overlay and close the brush. Let's add another grad filter, and this filter will be just for the top of the sky. We're going to make it even darker and also bring down the black point. Let's check out a before and after for our grad tool. Here's before and after. To add a little bit more drama to this image, let's go down to our vignetting tool and add a small vignette. And finally, there's a lot of dust in this image, so let's clean that up. Click on our spot removal tool. Make sure visualize spots is enabled. If you don't have this toolbar, simply press T for toolbar to bring it up. And all of these little spots are dust, so let's try and remove them all. I think that's all of it. That was a lot of dust. To help bring out the foreground, let's grab our brush tool. Select a wide brush, press O for overlay. And let's brush in some of this foreground rock here. Turn off our mask and let's add some texture. Here's a before and after. Before and after. Adding texture to our foreground helps to bring it out. It was getting lost with our dramatic sky. Now let's grab a new brush, zoom in, and paint this area. I'm going to bring the exposure down a little bit. Now let's zoom out and take a look. This rock was much brighter than the other areas and it was sticking out too much. I didn't want the eye to be drawn to it as much, so I darkened it up. That was a fun edit. Let's take a look at the settings. We don't have an f-stop for this image, but it was shot at 30 seconds in ISO 100. You can see the 30-second shutter speed in the clouds because we have movement in the clouds and the water is completely flat. Thanks to Joe for the win for submitting this image. Check out his Instagram, link in the description below. Send me your raw images for a chance to be featured on my channel. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thanks.